Hi all. In this simple MCP server example, I will show you how to connect this MCP server with our agent. So you all know what's the importance of having MCP server. So when it's come to the RAG agent, so some other agents, so sometimes we have to call multiple third-party APIs to fetch the recent data, and also sometimes we have to call the database to store and fetch the data. In that case, this MCP server will help to achieve these kind of work. Let me explain in this simple AI agent, so how to connect that MCP server and how that MCP server help to fetch the relevant data to this agent. So here basically in this agent, so this is the LangGraph based simple knowledge based agent. So here as a LLM, so I use Olama, so it's a local running model. So in that case we don't need to pay any amount for this tutorial, so you can use same. So you can download that Olama in from the Olama websites, and you can install that into your local machine. So let's I will walk through this, and later I will show you how to set up these kind of agent and how to connect that MCP with MCP server to achieve this your tasks. So here basically what does this agent is doing. So normally it's answering the general question provided by the user input. So when it's come to the some mathematical questions, so it's not going to answer from the our knowledge based system, it's mean our LLM. So it's going to call our tools each and every time if we ask some mathematical question. So it's going to call our MCP server and provide the answer based on that MCP server. So basically we have added two methods in our MCP server. So we have two tool methods. So one is adding two numbers, one is subtracting the two numbers. So those are the two methods we are having here. So let's see how it's going to use those tools and the MCP server tools to get the answer. So first I will run this, and I will show it to you how it works. So here we will say at number 8 and 10. Let's run. See, it's provide the answer as 18. So you can see in the logs it's calling our MCP server. So here, so we have already logged this, we are printing this log. It's calling this our MCP server, and based on the MCP server answer, it's provide the answer for us. Let's we ask some general question, what is Java? Then it's not going to call our MCP server, it's provide the some knowledge based answer. So you can see it's provide the knowledge based answer. So let's again ask subtract 7 and 3. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see it's provide the MCP tool based answer. It's here. So you can see the logs from the MCP server. It's calling the MCP subtract function. So we have already printed that logs here, so you can see the logs. It's calling the MCP server and provide the answer based on the MCP. So that's how it's worked here. So we need to type the exit to end the program. So let's work through the code, and I will explain each code one by one. So here, so first we will create the MCP server, then we'll come to this and agent. So, and I will explain how that agent is connecting to our MCP and how it's works. So here we use simple HTTP based connection, so simple request and response connection. So in that case it's easy to manage our request and response. So here let's we'll create the MCP server first, then I will work through that. Let's we walk through the code. So here you need to install the past MCP library. So once you install the past MCP libraries, you can import the past MCP here. So once you import this, you can create the you can initialize the past MCP interface here. So from that, so you can call the MCP tool. So first tool, so we use to create one method. It's adding the two numbers. Here we have implement the adding function. So and here and the second method, so we created the subtract methods. Here also we have to provide the MCP tool, and so once we implement this, we can return the output for this method as well. So once we complete these two method implementations, so next we will run this application. We need to provide these basic details. So transport, so we use HTTP and the host is local, port is we provide 8000. So and also allow cross origin, so we allow all the URL pattern to access this, and also credential, it's make it as a true, and so allow to access all the method and headers. All the headers we can allow here for now. So let's once you complete this implementations, so we need to run this. So to run this, here we can use uv run main file. So once we ran this, so it will you can see it is running in local port 8000. So once you ran this, so we can call this MCP server using the multi-server MCP client. So before creating this agent, so you need to install these requirements. So LangGraph, LangChain core library, and LangChain Olama library, and LangChain MCP adapter. So those requirements first you need to install. So you can install this pip install requirements. So once you install this, you can initialize the models, and you can initialize your MCP server like this. This is the MCP server URL we are going to connect our MCP server. So likewise, you have to mention /MCP to connect your MCP server. Here we will provide the HTTP based connectivity. So basically we have three type of transport. We have three type of transport types to connect the MCP server. Basically stereo, so local tool, and so it's connecting as a div mode, and also we have SSC, that is for the server side, it's working as a stream. So and then it's the HTTP. So here we are using the simple HTTP connectivities to get the simple request and response from the MCP. So that is the connectivity type. So here we need to create the MCP client, so like this. So and also this is our input agent statement. So you need to provide that this is marked as type dictionary. So you can currently we have only input as a message. So we can initialize, we can define this as like this. And also to load the tools, so we can call this functions, so methods to call the MCP to load all the tools. So once we load all tools, so we can create the tools node. And so here this is the agent. So first here this is the place we are whether it's decide whether it's calling MCP tool or the basic language model. So here we have provide the tool. So here we provide the prompt to use all the mathematical related questions. So we ask to use the tool, otherwise it's going to get the response from the knowledge base assistant. So here we define that. So and this is how we define the LangGraph step. So let me show it to how that's look like as a graph. So here you can see it's entry point we are considering as agent. So then we'll need to decide. So from agent we'll decide whether it's going to call tools or it's going to call whether it is going to get the data from the knowledge base. So it's tool, it's beside that. So here based on that, so it's going to end. So let's say if it is not going to call the tool, it's going to end from here itself. So this is the way we have to initialize, define the graph behavior. So how LangGraph is connecting each node. So this is how it's work. So once we define the LangGraph path, so then it's going here it's we are calling to invoke our app. So place how it's going to run this application. So once we provide the question, it's going to give the answer like I showed you in earlier. So once we press exit, so it's going to end the program. So this is how it's work. So that's it in this tutorial. So you can download this code from my GitHub link. So I have added the link in below description. So you can improve this program. So you can practice this and you can improve this one. So and also you can use this MCP based servers for your agent. So that's it. Thanks all.